Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert's Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, as it comes to the pandemic we've been in for the last almost year, sports, stick and ball sports have kind of came and gone. We've had nothing for a while. I'm a huge NASCAR fan. We had nothing for a while. Then, one thing that we've had the entire time, now some of it's been taped, some of it's not been live, no fans, a few fans, certain restrictions, is professional wrestling. One particular company that I kind of stumbled upon a couple years ago now was Game Changer Wrestling, Fight TV, and they handle a lot of their shows. Not knowing any of these guys, it took me just a moment to kind of catch up with what's what, who's who, how good and bad these guys are. In 2020, through the pandemic, Game Changer Wrestling put on 28 shows. They put on 234 matches. So what I have compiled here, out of those 234 matches that I've watched at Game Changer Wrestling, I've star rated those matches on a 5-point scale, 0 to 5. I'm kind of like Dave Meltzer does with Pro Wrestling Illustrated. That's how I rate all my matches when I watch professional wrestling. NXT, WWE, AEW, Impact. Make sure you check out the Impact Hard to Kill preview and review shortly after the show tonight or tomorrow. And so I watch these shows, I rate these New Japan Pro Wrestling, rate these matches 0 to 5. So when I do that with Game Changer, it took me some of 2019 into 2020 to really, okay, this is a death match. It's a light tube and ladder match. How do I rate this match? So I started really watching these matches and realizing the ability and the talent it took to do the moves they're doing. Yes, they're beating each other to death with light tubes. But the shock and awe moment that, flying through when they do a freaking swanton through a table onto a table of glass. That kind of stuff, like, whoa, yeah. So I started really comparing current day 2021 Game Changer Wrestling to mid-90s ECW. So if you've never checked out Game Changer, it's kind of like ECW. If you're an ECW fan, it's for you. If you're a wrestling fan, it's for you. You can go on their YouTube channel, Game Changer Wrestling. Their last show, or the second from last show of 2019 or 2020 was on there. Oh my goodness, what the hell was the name of that show? Slime Season, I think it was. Goodness. I have some matches from that, I thought. Maybe I don't. Yes, I believe it's Slime Season. If you look down in the description, all the shows from 2020 will be listed there. The Slime Season's on YouTube. The other ones are all on Game Changer. So first and foremost, I'm going to run down what I thought was the 10 best overall shows. These are based on the average star rating, 0 to 5 of each match on that card. And I'm going to have some honorable mentions from those cards. And then we'll run down the 10 best overall shows, 5 best intergender, 5 best women. Now, overall show, 10th best show of the year. The last day of the year, December 31st, Good Riddance. I give an average star rating of 3.15. Now, one awesome thing about this show, which I thought was cool as hell, the main event was after midnight. So the main event was in 2021. So that main event, a death match, or a I Quit match with, oh my goodness, I forgot who it was. G. Reaver and Jimmy Lloyd, I believe. Yeah, I think that's what it was. You won't know the results of that one, at least my star rating, on the best of until 2022, because it's a 2021 show. But overall, the Good Riddance show from New Year's Eve, 3.15 star average star rating. Good show. An underrated match from that I thought was really good was Calvin Tankerman versus Lee Moyrati. Lee Moyrati getting the victory. I ended up giving that match 3.5. Lee Moyrati is a hybrid kind of the Will Ospreay kind of flippy guy, Lucha Libre, to the mat wrestling octopus of Jonathan Gresham. That kind of in-between guy. I think he can be a star in this business for sure. Number 9 from September 6th, Bring Em Out. Average star rating of 3.15. A match that did not make the top 10. a name that you'll hear a lot on this list. We had a match of ACH versus Blake Christian. Blake Christian getting a victory. I give that match 3 3/4 star. That is a name you'll hear a lot from me, Blake Christian. Air Blake on Twitter. Talented young 23-year-old. When it comes to the lucha libre style, he is second to none, I think, right now at his age. He's only been in the business 3 years, so he's got a lot to learn. He's going to just get better. I think it's been cool. He's coming from Game Changer. He's been dabbling with Impact. He was on Impact Genesis, Impact Weekly. He's done some stuff on New Japan of America, on New Japan Strong. I hope 2021 will be a breakout year for him. I know in 2020 WrestleMania weekend on the indie shows, the collective that was supposed to happen, he had a match scheduled versus Will Ospreay, which is somebody I compare him to. I think that would have put Blake Christian on the map going against Will Ospreay, but it didn't happen. We have a pandemic. Hopefully that'll happen in a year or two. We can see them two guys, how Blake Christian kind of stack up. But yeah, that was the show from September 6th, Bring Em Out. Number 8 on the list from November 7th, the Nick Cage Invitational 5. I give that match an average star rating, average star rating of 3.156. We had a ladders, a light tubes match between Alex Colon and Aeroboy. Alex Colon getting the victory on that. I give it 3.5 star. That was one of those, what else can they do? Holy crap, they did that kind of match. Number 7 on the list comes from the day after the Nick Cage Invitational, So Much Fun. That can be found on Independent Wrestling Television. I give the average star rating for that show at 3.218. Honorable mention match for that show would have been Tony Deppen versus Ali Alexane. Tony Deppen, great talent. I look big things from him. I'm getting the victory over Ali Alexane. I give that match 3.5 star. Since that show in November, Ali Alexane has signed with NXT. He's been at the Performance Center. Hopefully he'll be debuting on NXT television soon. He's got his finisher is called the Crunch Wrap Supreme. He's a big Taco Bell guy, so it's going to be great to see if they're able to continue with that or not. But uber talented guy. I hope the best of him. I hope he can succeed in NXT and make a name for himself as a champion. I would love to see him versus Gargano for the North American title. That would be. I'd love to see that match tomorrow. But obviously, in WWE terms, Ali Alexane is nobody, and you got to build him up. Not in my eyes. He is somebody. He is talented as hell. All right, number 6 comes from October 9th. The Collective. We finally had that this year. Got postponed. Had some good matches. For the Culture from the Collective, average star for that show is 3.25. The honorable mention match from that show is Calvin Tankerman versus O'Shea Edwards. Calvin Tankerman got the victory. I ended up giving that match 3 1/4. You can also catch Calvin Tankerman on MLW. He recently signed with them, so look for big things from him in 2021. Number 5 from August 2nd, Keep In Touch. That show average star rating was 3.25. Nate Webb versus Mance Warner was a great match from there. Mance Warner got the victory. I give it 3 1/4 star. Mance Warner is also on MLW, among other independent wrestling promotions. Kind of that boots on the ground, hard working, beer drinking, kind of a new version of Stone Cold kind of guy. So give me some Mance there, Mance Warner catches cat stand, whatever. Kind of, all about that in the ring. He's not a lucha libre guy, but he's not a brawler. He's kind of in the middle there. All right, number 4 on the list comes from July 25th, Homecoming Day 1. It was a 2-day show. Average star rating for that show is 3.277. Chris Dickinson versus Mance Warner. Great match there, 3.5 star match. The Dirty Daddy Chris Dickinson getting the victory. He's another one where I've seen him in Evolve. I've seen him around the world. Now with New Japan of America, with Team Filthy, Tom Lawler's group. Finally, Chris Dickinson getting some attention. Talented guy, just that head down, kind of pit bull kind of guy. Let's go out there and just beat the tar out of you, and then he'll make you submit later kind of guy. But yeah, that was a good match there. Number 3, the best show of the year, from August 23rd, Jimmy Lloyd's Jersey Shore. Average star rating of 3.218. Joey Janela taking on Alexane. Which is funny to look at that match now because Joey Janela is with AEW or been with AEW, and Alexane's with NXT. Joey Janela getting the bad boy. Joey Janela getting the victory there, 3.5 star. Number 2, the second best GCW show of 2020 from, ironically, October 10th, 10/10. The Collective, Joey Janela Spring Break 4. We had average star rating of 3.305. ACH versus Lio Rush. Lio Rush getting the victory there in a 3.25 star match. And the overall best show of the year, average star rating for the show, first show of the year, second show of the year, January 24th, Just Being Honest, average star rating of 3.343. Honorable mention match was AJ Gray versus Chris Bay. AJ Gray getting a victory there. I gave it 3 star. Really good match. I think AJ Gray, talented guy. I can't wait to see him do more. Hopefully 2021 will be a good year for him. Chris Bay running the X Division over in Impact Wrestling. Now, as I went through all the singles matches, these 5 guys, this is based on their singles matches of this year only. 16 single matches for Blake Christian, an average star rating of 3.73. ACH, 6 singles matches in GCW, 3.5 star rating average. Lee Moyrati, 3 matches, average star rating of 3.33. He had you'll get to it in the top 10, a really great match against Jonathan Gresham. Trey Lamar, 6 matches, an average star rating of 3.25. He was part of the Impact Wrestling Genesis Super X Cup on Genesis. I look for big things from him too. Just that next generation of Lucha Libre style that I just adore. And then finally, 9 matches, average star rating of 3.25. Jordan Oliver, MLW star, independent wrestling star, Young, Dumb, and Broke as a tag team. So yeah, I see great things from him. Just that talented guy who can run a faction. So it's like he's kind of a leader and talented. All right, so we're gonna run down of those 234 matches. First off, in GCW, there's not a lot of women's matches. The 5 that we have here were some collaboration shows, and so we have a lot of intergender matches in GCW. So I'm going to run down the top 5 intergender matches, and then we'll run down the top 5 women matches. Number 5 of the intergender from Take A Picture, January 18th, Nick Gage versus Ali Cat. Nick Gage getting the victory. I ended up giving it 3.25. Ali Cat, she is so talented, and she can literally stand there and just brawl with guys. It is awesome to watch her against a Nick Gage, against a Aldis Kogar. It's just amazing what she can do. Number 4 from Keep In Touch from August 2nd, Cole Roderick versus Cali Ray. Cole Roderick, another one of those up-and-comers who, very talented. Can't wait to see what the future holds. Cali Ray, she had a little cup of coffee at Impact. She's been doing a lot on the indie circuit. Cole Roderick got the victory in a 3.25 star match. Number 3 comes from Good Riddance, the New Year's Eve show. We had Elena Black versus Aldis Kogar. Kogar getting the victory there. I give it 3.5. Elena Black, most men she can beat. It's just crazy how great she is and how she is in the ring. Now these next 2 were multi-men and women matches, intergender. I didn't want to put a lot of these on there because the women kind of get buried, but isn't as prevalent. They are in the one-on-one matches. This number 2 here comes to Jimmy Lord's D-Generation F from October 9th. It was a 7-way intergender scramble. We had Joey Janela, we had Griffin McCoy, Sonico, Eli Isom, Brandon Lee, Elena Black, Alex Ocean. Brandon Lee got the victory there. I ended up giving that match 3.5. There was a 6-way, number 1 on the intergender matches from Good Riddance. There was a 6-way, involved Effy, Mance Warner, Cole Roderick, Blake Christian, Ali Cat, and Chris Dickinson. Again, Ali held her own against these guys. Dickinson ended up getting a victory there in 3 3/4 star match. Top 5 best women matches. Number 5, For The Culture. October 9th, we had a 4-way women's match. We had Marty Bell, Willow Nightingale, Faye Jackson, and Devin Moore. Willow Nightingale getting the victory. I'm going to give it 2 3/4 star. Number 4 comes from Effy's Big Gay Brunch on October 18th. Part of The Collective. We had Jamie Zavega versus Ali Jamie getting the victory there. I ended up giving it 3 stars. Number 3 came from Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 3, which is part of The Collective as well. Lindsey Snow versus Leah Hirsch. Lindsey Snow getting the victory. We've actually seen Lindsey Snow on AEW Dark, which is kind of cool. We've also seen Leah Hirsch on there. Lindsey Snow getting the victory. Number 2 came from Last Resort, which is October 7th. We had Ali versus Elena Black, the 2 top women in Game Changer. Ali getting the victory there. I give it 3 star. Really, really good match. Number 1 women's match came from Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 3. We had Allison Kay versus Killer Kelly. Allison Kay getting the victory there in a 3 1/4 star match. Now the top 10 men's matches. Number 10, For The Culture. We had Desmond Xavier versus AJ Gray. AJ Gray getting the victory in a 3 3/4 star match. Desmond Xavier, part of the Rascals, and now part of MSX and MXK or something in NXT. Number 9, Jimmy Lloyd's Jersey Shore. AR Fox versus Roderick. Roderick getting the victory, 3 3/4 star. Number 8, For The Culture, ECH versus Lee Moyrati. Lee Moyrati getting the victory there, a 4-star match. Now, the vast majority of these next matches involve Lee Christian. It just happened. He is that good. His opponent was that good as well in these days. Number 7, the World of GCW from June 20th. Myron Reed versus Blake Christian. Blake Christian getting the victory, 4-star match. Number 6, Jimmy Lloyd's Jersey Shore. Andrew Everett versus Blake Christian. Blake Christian getting the victory in a 4-star match. Number 5, Homecoming 1 from July 25th. Blake Christian versus Alexane. Blake Christian getting the victory there in a 4-star match. Alexane, as I've said before, moved on NXT. Blake Christian and Alexane reminded me a lot of Edge and Christian back in the day in WWE, where they could feud against each other. Match here, 4-star match. They could tag with each other. Can be a 4-star match. You can do whatever, put them together, separate them, whatever you need to do. Kevin Owens, same as Zayn kind of deal. Number 4, So Much Fun, November 8th, Lio Rush versus Blake Christian. This was one of 2 matches they had. Hopefully they have a 3rd match at the Forever show. But Blake Christian getting the victory there in 4 1/4 star match. Number 3, Homecoming 2, July 26th. It was a scramble match. We had Myron Reed, Jimmy Lloyd, Jordan Oliver, Trey Lamar, Blake Christian, Alexane. Blake Christian getting the victory, 4 1/4 star match. Now, the next 2 matches. Number 2, I have Joey Janela, Spring Break 4, Jonathan Gresham, Lee Moyrati. Number 1, Slime Season, December 5th. That's one that is on Game Changer on YouTube. Lio Rush versus Blake Christian. You can interchange either one of these matches as the best match of 2020. Jonathan Gresham, Lee Moyrati, 4.5 star. Gresham getting the victory. Yet thought Moyrati was pulling it out. Lio Rush versus Blake Christian. Blake Christian getting the victory, 4.5. I actually thought they let Lio Rush win this one since Blake won the first one. Didn't have the blow-off match. They didn't do that. But hey, I'm all for it. Either one of those matches can be number 1. Either one of those matches could be number 2. Your choice. Definitely check those out if you can. Except for the one that's on YouTube. There's one show that was on Independent Wrestling Television. Other than that, everything's on Game Changer. Make sure you check it out. So that is the best of Game Changer Wrestling 2020. Cannot wait for the 24-hour show. If you haven't heard about this, Game Changer Wrestling, I believe it's the 28th and 29th. Fight Forever, 24-hour show. Jim and Janela announced it. We have no clue what the matches are yet. A lot of money going for fundraiser for wrestlers who've been, displaced due to COVID. Can't wait to see how that show turns out. 24 hours of wrestling. I mean, if they do it like they do a normal show, that's like 50 plus matches. I know Blake Christian's already said I've seen him on social media, he's up for doing 2 or 3 matches. I've tweeted out he needs to do a match with Danny Limelight. Danny Limelight actually shared that tweet to Blake Christian, so let's make that happen. I know Jimmy Lloyd and Danny Limelight actually tweeted a bunch of good people on it, so we'll see what happens, but that'd be cool to see that. Anybody that is an independent wrestler I'd love to see on that card. I can't wait to see how they pull that off, but don't know if it's going to be on Fight or on YouTube. If it's on Fight, I'm all in, no matter what. But anyway, that wraps up the Best of Game Changer 2020. Stay tuned to Robert Sports Show for Best of Game Changer 2021 next year at this time, along with Hard to Kill Impact Wrestling review. As always, thanks for watching Robert Sports Show. Just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports channel content.